Hi, it's Ida from the IT Bar, and welcome back. Now, I'm going to take you on a Zoom tour. I'm going to introduce you to the icons that you'll see below you in the toolbar and the icons that you'll see above you, and also what may appear on your right or left. Before we do that, we've got to check out the credits. And this time, I've changed the music slightly, something a bit more sophisticated, like me. Okay, so let's go from your left to right, okay? Your left. So first of all, we will see the microphone icon. Now, the microphone icon may or may not have a red line going through it, depending on the situation. If there's a red line going through it, then the tutor would not hear your voice, okay? If there's no red line through it, then that means that the tutor can hear your voice. So sometimes if you go into a meeting, the tutor may make you come into the meeting with a red line going through your mic, so that your mic and the sounds around you doesn't disturb the class. And they will mute your mic to allow you to speak when they want, so they won't take control of the class. But if you're just having a chat with friends and family, then that doesn't really need to have a red line going through it, okay? So that's what the microphone's there for. Then we're going to come back and look at the menus for these things, but I want to go through them all first very quickly. To the right of the microphone, you will see a camera icon. It looks like the Zoom icon. And that will do a similar thing as the microphone. If you click on it, it will have a red line going through it, and the tutor will not be able to see you. And as you can see beside that is another arrow for a pop-up menu. So we'll look back in there in a little while. Let's keep going along. Now, on my toolbar, this is one of the things that you would not see because you're a student. And it is a security shield. Now the security shield, I'm not going to go into it too much, but basically it allows me to add security and safeguarding whilst I'm running a meeting. Next, beside it, we have manage participants. Now, I have managed participants on mine. Your one would probably say participants because you don't manage them, I do. I'm the host, so therefore I manage the participants. So you would have limited options where this is concerned, but you'll still have options all the same. We'll check that out in a little bit. Let's go along. Then we have the chat icon, a very familiar icon. It basically means that if you want to say something to somebody or to me without saying it to the whole group, you can actually click on there and type a little message to me. It will appear on the side of the screen. Then we have the green icon. This is a very useful tool, especially for tutors like me. This green icon will allow me to share my computer and some of my resources with the whole class or with all of the participants. Thing is, you can actually do the same thing too. So if I want to see some things that you may have on your computer, you can share them with me using this icon. So that's why they've made it green, because it's extremely important. Okay, next to it, you will see that we have a round record icon. So you can actually record the session. But if you click on record, I'll get a message saying you would like permission to record the session or the meeting. And then I can give you permission if that's not a problem for anybody or for me. Otherwise, you won't be able to do it. And next to that, we've got this fun icon here called the reactions icon. Now, the reactions icon is just a way for the participants to give a quick reaction to something that might have happened during the session. For instance, you can give a thumbs up, or you can give an applaud icon to say that you've liked something or you think something's okay. Further along to your right, we have end meeting. If you click on it, this meeting will finish. If I clicked on that now, it will give me another chance to confirm that's what I want to do, all right? But I'm not going to do that because I want to keep moving. All right, so let's go up above our heads, okay? So above our heads over here, we will see, let's see, we will see a little eye in a circle. And that eye is an information icon. So that information will be meeting ID and links and other things. It's a useful thing if you want to remember what the meeting ID is for the session you're on. So you can click on that and then click on it again, it will go away. Beside that is a security lock. We'll skip that. I won't even talk about that. Beside that, you may or may not see a screen record icon. When the tutor is recording the session, you will see that the recording is taking place. And then if we go over to your right, you will see there's an icon there. It looks like a clapperboard, and it says speaker view, or it will say gallery view. Now, gallery view is when you want to see lots of screens on your monitor at the same time. And speaker view is if when you're speaking, whoever's speaking will appear very large on the screen by themselves. And above them, you'll see all the other participants. So you have to decide on what type of view you want to have in your screen. Now, whatever changes you make there, nobody else can actually see. So as a tutor, I wouldn't know what your layout is. You've got to decide which one works for you. And I think that goes with experience. So you could just try things out. Especially if you go to one of my classes, I'll be encouraging you to change it and see how it works. And beside the speaker view icon, you will see a little box there. And that box basically will allow you to enter a full screen mode. Now, I do want to point out above those icons, there's a white bar. And on your left at the top, it says Zoom, and you see a little Zoom icon with the word Zoom beside it. Move right across all the way to the other side. Now, these icons are very common and very familiar no matter which application you go into. But in Zoom, they're extremely important because you can then minimize your screen and do other things and then come back to Zoom. So the small, looks like minus sign, will minimize your screen all the way down to your taskbar at the bottom. The other one will make the screen go back to the size it was originally. And the X will actually close Zoom, so we don't want to do that, all right? So I hope that's helped you. And what we need to do now is just return back down to the toolbar and have a look at some of those menus that are attached to these icons. So we'll do that in 1 second. Okay, so let's take a closer look at these menus attached to these icons, okay? If you look down to our left here, towards where the microphone is, we have the microphone menu. Now let's click into the microphone menu and take a look at this. Inside the menu for the microphone, there's 3 sections. There's selecting microphone, which means you've got to choose which microphone that you want to use, which is attached to your laptop or your PC. You may have an external mic like I have, or you may choose to have the microphone that is on board, that is connected to the actual laptop or PC. Then select a speaker where the sound goes out from the laptop. And where does it go to? Mostly people will have it go out through the speakers on their laptop, or they may have a speaker connected to it, an external speaker that they can choose. In the lower section here, it says test speaker and microphone. So if you test the speaker and microphone, it will give you a chime, and you have to say whether or not you can hear that chime. And then it will ask you to say some words, and then it will repeat the words back to you. Next, we go to the video icon. Now, if I click on the menu, My one looks crazy. I've got like a whole list of cameras here connected to my device. To be honest with you, I'll be just using one of them, and that would be the camera that comes with my device. So I'll be using the webcam. I could use an external camera, and I could just choose it from this list. Then below that, I can go to my video settings, and I'll show you that in a moment. Let me click on it. There's a large list of other settings and categories that we can go down and change. There is one that I think is important for you to know, and that's how to stop this toolbar from disappearing all the time. When I'm teaching people how to use the device, the toolbar at the bottom keeps on disappearing, and then when I'm giving instruction, they can't find it. They have to wave their mouse around and hopefully it'll pop up. And that's a bit distracting when it comes to learning. So to stop the toolbar from disappearing, I'll show you, I'll start from the beginning. To stop it from disappearing, you can go to the menu near the camera, click on it, go to video settings. Then you'll go to accessibility, which is right at the bottom here. You see that? Click. And you can see I've already selected it. That's why my toolbar has not disappeared since we've been speaking, because I've ticked it. If I untick it, you'll see it vanishes. If I tick it again, it pops back up again. And this is how I keep my toolbar in sight. And I would recommend that the first thing you do after you watch this video, or now, okay. So, and the next thing is this participants icon. Now, I showed you the participants icon, and I have managed participants because I'm a tutor, but you as a participant or a student to my class, you would just have the word participants. And when you click on it, this white column will appear to the right, and it will show you all the people who are actually in the classroom attending. So there's me, the host, and then there's the other me, the student diver. Okay, so that's how you manage your participants. Next of all, we have the chat icon. Now, remember I mentioned to you that you can click on the chat icon and send a message to me or to other participants. So let me click on it, and you'll see, look over on the right-hand side in that white column at the lower part, and you'll see it now has a section for chatting. And whatever I type in the bottom here, right at the bottom, where it says type message, will go to everyone. Or I can click on this little arrow and change it to either students. So I'm being specific to whichever student I want to in this list. Because obviously if I've got a class full of 4 people, there'll be 4 or 5 names here. And we can go and choose whichever person we want to chat to. So you might not want to send me a message. You might want to send a message to your classmate. Okay. And then the reactions. Well, the reactions are, I mentioned that, so you can give a thumbs up, or you can give an applause to something you've seen. And that's it. That is everything. And I hope this has been really helpful to you. And this is Ivor David from the IT Bar saying sayonara, and I'll see you in the next video. And if you were unsure about anything, you know what you can do. You can pause me. That's right. You can rewind me, and you can play me again.